What if the sun just turned off? As crazy as it sounds, astronomers actually have a pretty good idea of what would happen if our star suddenly disappeared, and it's not pretty. The sun is more than just a big ball of burning plasma. It's the heart and soul of our entire solar system. Everything from the climate, to the tides, to the very atmosphere we breathe is directly affected by our star. So what would happen if this giant ball of gas just suddenly disappeared? Would Earth just free fall into the abyss of space? Or would something even more terrifying happen? Here's what would happen in the first 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, the temperature on Earth would rise to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to burn your entire body in less than a second. Within the first minute, people would start running outside in panic. After all, the temperature outside would still be around a comfortable 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit, but that would quickly change. In less than 10 seconds, everyone would be met with an apocalyptic scene. The sky would look like a black hole. The ground would start rumbling as tectonic plates shift and volcanoes erupt. People would be met with an eerie silence. Sound requires a medium to travel through, such as air, water, or solids. Since there would be no sound waves to travel through the vacuum of space, everything would be silent. In 10 minutes, every living thing on Earth would die. Plants would instantly wilt. Animals would drop where they stand. Humans would only last a few seconds. Those who don't get burned alive will suffocate or die of a heart attack. In 10 hours, Earth would be frozen. With no sun, the average global temperature would plummet to negative 18 degrees Celsius or 0 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature on the surface of Mars. Anything not frozen would turn to ice. Oceans, lakes, and rivers would freeze over. Even the air would turn to ice crystals. In 10 days, Earth would drift away, without the sun's gravity. Earth would continue its journey through space at 18 miles per second or 30 kilometers per second. Eventually, our planet would come crashing down on the outer planets of the solar system, such as Uranus or Neptune. So would anything survive the death of the sun? Not a chance. All life as we know it would cease to exist. Even the toughest bacteria wouldn't survive 10 minutes without the sun. But what would happen next? Would the solar system just drift aimlessly into the darkness? Or would something more terrifying happen? If the sun were to disappear, the solar system would indeed drift aimlessly through space for a while. The gravitational pull of the sun is what keeps the planets in their orbit. Without the sun, the planets would continue moving in their orbit for about 100 years. After that, things would get really interesting. The planets would begin to get flung out of the solar system. This includes Earth. That means the solar system as we know it would cease to exist. The planets would either be flung into interstellar space or get pulled in by another star. But what if another star were to take the sun's place? What if a new star were to form in the middle of our solar system? Things could actually go back to normal. Stars form when large clouds of gas and dust collapse in on themselves. If this happened again in our solar system, it's possible that a new star could form. This new star would have a gravitational pull similar to the sun. The planets would then be drawn to the new star and the solar system would begin anew. This is a very unlikely scenario, but it's also likely that the solar system would simply drift apart and become a group of rogue planets flying aimlessly through interstellar space. Some of the planets may eventually be pulled into the event horizon of a black hole, while others may be flung out into deep space, never to be seen again. As scary as it is to think about, the death of the sun is a very real possibility. Our star will one day run out of fuel, and when it does, we will have to find a way to survive without it. Hey, maybe we can just move in with the aliens. Thanks for watching Parallelish. I'm Nova, your guide through the unknown. Want to explore more timelines? Tap the playlist above and keep diving into the what-ifs. Until next time, stay curious.